Welcome to the Miracles and Wellness Podcast. My name is Clarissa and I'm your life and wellness coach and also a beauty expert. I am so happy and grateful that you are here. We'll be discussing all things health and wellness, feeling empowered, and loving yourself more while connecting your mind, body, and spirit. Always know that you can manifest whatever you desire for your greater well-being in your life because I believe that miracles are for everyone. Hey there, friends. Hope you're having a wonderful day. So do you ever think about why you want to do something or like how your mind is just so powerful? I mean, you can just think something and it could just be, right? You ever notice that? Let's say you're fixated on something, like you want a new car, a specific kind of car, for example, and all of a sudden you just start seeing it everywhere. It's like it's meant to be. It's just there. It's because your mind is going to work to make you right. Okay, so whatever it is, you're going to will it, right? It's all about also that manifesting. It's all a part of it. So whatever you think, a lot of times can happen. Now, if God doesn't want it to happen, he will point you in a different direction, but you still have free will. So you still can go veer left real quick if you want to, even though there might be signs and things guiding you in a different direction. But you can be like, you know what? But I still want that. And you can go get it. And then the after effects, it might not be what you really thought it was, but you kind of knew it already. Has that ever happened? But I knew better, or I just had this feeling. My intuition was kicking in. But you will still get a chance to go back and do it again or make it right again, whatever that is. So your mind is so powerful. So if you want to lose weight, ask yourself, why do you want to lose the weight? Now, just knowing why you want to do something is so important because it sets it in place in your head, right? Just writing it down, putting it somewhere where you could see it on your computer or on your phone, all the things. Post it, whatever you got to do, make it visible for you. That's why vision boards are so amazing because it's right there. It's all the things you want. And it's like, boom, I'm going to get this, and all these things. And you just go make it happen. Taking that action and going making it happen, right? So you sit there and you have your journal out, right? Ask God what's going on, do a little meditation, and you're ready, right? And so you're like, you know what? I want to drop my A1C. I don't like the way this is going. A lot of my relatives have diabetes. I don't want to go down that path because I know where it leads to. And you want to live. You want to live. You want the will to live, right? So you're like, boom, I'm ready. Okay, so you're like, I want to lose weight. I want to drop my A1C. What about going deeper? Is there anything deeper than that? Now, why is that important? You have that will to live. Why? For your family? Do you have kids? Do you have a spouse? Or do you have people depending on you? What else is there? You should always do it for yourself. Always. But there's always other things too. Either I want to do it for myself because I love my life. I love all that I've accomplished. I'm very grateful for everything that I have. I woke up this morning. My feet touched the ground. And I was like, yes, my hearing works because I'm listening to this podcast, okay? Or you're reading the transcript, whatever it is. But you're grateful for something because you're here. Now, so you're doing it for yourself, one. Do you have children? You love them. They love you back. That's another reason. Family. Whatever it is, whatever that thing is, knowing what it is, you can go down 7 layers and get to the root, going beyond and beyond and beyond. Because you got to have a reason. Because if you're just like, oh, I want to be healthy, you know what? That's probably just not going to do it for you. You're going to be like, boom, on day 3, you're going to be like, this girl tripping. I don't know what she's talking about. And then you're going to go back to your old habits. So first, knowing why you're going to do it, okay? So you have that and you wrote it down. Now, because sometimes there's addictions to food, which is like a real addiction, okay? So it's just like being addicted to alcohol, being addicted to other substances, being addicted to drama. I mean, there's a lot of addictions out there, right? And so food addiction is just the same. So if you find yourself not being able to control the response to wanting that food, because we all have cravings, right? Because we're human and it's going to happen. But if your cravings are on another level, like you cannot withstand it. So if you see something, you just like gotta have it, and you feel like your personality is going to change if you do not get it, then there's going to be a little bit of a food addiction going on there. So it's deeper than just knowing what to eat. So figuring out what your triggers are, like why this is happening or where this is coming from. Like, do you notice that when you feel a certain way that you're gravitating towards that food, right? Did somebody make you mad? You're super stressed out. You have something on your mind. You cannot let it go. And that's when having those tools come into play to help you, because it's going to be a long process, okay? And you cannot expect to be perfect. Nobody should expect to be perfect at anything, all right? First of all, that's just not realistic. So plan to not be perfect, right? But push yourself enough that you're seeing results. But don't be like, I got to do A, B, C, D, and E. And it's because that alone will stress you out, right? And that's another reason why when people get surgeries like gastric bypass, I think there's a lap band one as well, that people gain the weight back. And it's sad because people invested in a surgery. It's like a magic pill. It's the same thing, because if you're not mentally ready, it's not going to work for you. So you have to do the work mentally before you go through any of those things. It's the same thing. It's one thing if you have been eating right, exercising, and just doing all the things, and you have like some extra weight, and then you get it done, but you're mentally prepared to do it, because you can get a surgery done but have the same mindset, eat the same way, and just not prepared for it, and go back to doing whatever habits you had that got you in the position that you were in the first place, and you're going to gain the weight back, period. That's why these fad diets do not work, because they don't teach you anything. It doesn't go deep enough. It's just like, eat this, don't eat that, right? Because at the end of the day, you can eat something, restrict something, but if you didn't learn the psychology behind why you're doing the things that you're doing, then it's not going to last. Eventually, you're going to start seeing the weight come back, because it's all mental at the end of the day. I mean, it could be something that's deeper that you don't even think about. Maybe something happened to you many, many years ago that you didn't heal from. And in order for you to cope with it, you're eating something, right? It's no different than somebody drinking something to cope, right? People have different things with that, what they do, okay? So then you got to trying to find out what happened, right? And just healing that. And it might not feel good in the beginning, right? To sit in it, but ultimately it's going to be better to heal those wounds that you have there, right? So that they can go and release. Even if you have to talk to somebody, if you can find a loved one that you trust and trust in them, talk to a coach, talk to a therapist, there's just ways that you can work through whatever's going on, and just let it unfold as it wants to unfold. It's not going to happen in one day, and that's okay, okay? Because even if you take 2 to 3 weeks and develop these new eating habits, you want to really understand why that was happening also. You know, I feel like that is really key, okay? So a lot of times also, whenever you hear people losing all this weight, the ones who keep it off and don't gain it back, a lot of times they've done inner work, right? Whether they have a meditation practice, whether they have a therapist that they talk to, a coach that they talk to, they're doing something else to help them out inside, right? And that's key for so many things, right? And then one thing you can do is just try to choose again, right? Just choose the next best thought, right? So 1, notice the thought. Just notice whatever it is, recognize it, acknowledge it. You don't just try not to push it down. Be like, boom, there it is. Okay, it's like, I see you, right? Okay. You're noticing that you're out of alignment with joy, and just asking yourself, how do I feel right now? Just take a moment and see how you truly feel. Okay. Look, for one thing, when you have an addiction, it's covering something up, right? There's something that you're not paying attention to. Just like a child is acting out when they have tantrums and just all the things that they do, right? Sometimes there's something else going on. Maybe they're hungry, maybe they're tired, maybe they want your attention or something like that. Now, if you're an adult, you don't have parents there, right? So what do? You turn to something else. You learn as you were growing up to turn to something else. Maybe you learn to turn to food to numb your feelings, right? So just sitting there and acknowledging how you feel. So you took the tantrums and you turned it into food, for example, right? And that you could replace food with any other thing, right? But since we're talking about you wanting to lower your A1C because you want to lose weight so that you live for your children and your family, we're talking about the weight right now. We are talking about the food. Because at the end of the day, health is wealth. Such a cliche, but it's so true, right? Don't you believe it? Because you could have everything, and I'm talking about everything else going right. But if your health is not where it needs to be, then nothing else matters, right? None of it. The traveling doesn't matter. The dinners don't matter. The walking outside and enjoying the sun is not as enjoyable when you're fatigued and when you can't breathe, when your heart is having palpitations. None of the other stuff matters. So it's always about your health first, period, okay? This is all in love. But I got to sprinkle in my tough love with my compassion, all those things together, right? It's good. It's good. Okay, so let's say you're noticing your thought, right? You're super busy. You're like, I'm busy, I'm productive. But, at the end of the day, I still got a lot going on. My plate is filled up, and I just feel like I'm all over the place. My calendar is crazy, but I'm doing good because this is what I wanted, right? So that overwhelm, it's like, can be a positive because this is what you want, and now it's here. But what are you going to do? How are you going to handle that? Then that's getting your productivity down, doing all those things, managing your time efficiently, but you're super nervous, right? You're just like, you're frantic. Your anxiety is on 100. You're just like, what did I get myself into? Now you got where you wanted to go. This is good, but you just need to now kind of smooth it out. But so you're noticing how you feel, right? And so you're acknowledging it. You'd be like, I'm feeling really anxious right now, and my anxiety is high. Whoa, I need something to calm me down, right? And that's okay, but you're realizing it. Now you can forgive yourself for feeling that way. Don't be hard on yourself, because then sometimes what do? We get into this guilt cycle. Then there's this guilt and the shame, and that just goes downhill from there, right? So just forgive yourself for being that way, because it's okay that you feel anxious, but you are acknowledging it and you're giving it its space that it needs. So this is good to be like, it's okay, I'm human, it happens, I'm having an off day, right? So you're forgetting yourself for being out of alignment, right? Because it can happen. Now, you can think those thoughts, right? The negative thoughts that you're having, that anxiety and all that stuff. And what it's showing you is what you just need to change, right? So now you can just take the time to think those thoughts for showing you that you just need to make some adjustments in your life, okay? So be like, I just need to move some stuff around, and this is what I'm going to make a priority. Boom, because if I don't, and so now you know what you don't want. And you can also write this down, write it out, get it out, right? Journal about it, but let those feelings come out, give them space. Always allow yourself space to do whatever it is that you need to do for you, for yourself. Because sometimes we don't think we're allowed to. Sometimes we think we got to hold it all together. I got to be this strong and I got to hold it all together, right? And so give yourself the space to let those feelings come out. So journal if you need to, do whatever that is, right? And then just choose again, right? Choose whatever the best feeling thing is for the next moment. It could be small, it could be big. Just choose the next. Sometimes it's probably a small thing, right? Choose the next best thought that's coming right now, right? And ask the universe, ask God to guide you toward that thought. Be like, God, I'm in a moment right now. I'm feeling really anxious. I know that I don't like this. It's something I put on my plate I don't like. I know what this is and I need to change it. But let me know what I need to do. Just give me another thought. Just give me something and let it go. And just say, thank you for guiding me towards a good feeling emotions, right? And just let them come. And if you have an emotional moment, let it happen. That's a release, okay? So if that's happening, it's a release. That's good. It's coming out. Just let it flow. Because sometimes we hold stuff inside, right? I know I hold stuff inside too, because we all do. Like sometimes you be like, not right now, not right now. And then sometimes it'll just come out. All right, just let it go, right? And it'll feel so good. And then you just have that next best thought. Be like, boom. But you know what? Later, it's going to be a wonderful day. I have these plans that are super relaxing. And they're so positive. And you just let that next best thought come in. Just remind yourself, right? And then whatever that busyness was, you can have a positive moment out of there. Be like, you know what? This is an opportunity for me to help the people I wanted to help. That's why I got this, right? Or whatever that is that's going on, okay? If it's a work thing, being like, but I got this. This is actually pretty positive. And I know once I rearrange my day and my calendar, then it's going to be better tomorrow. And I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to give myself this break. Okay, so you're just choosing that next best thought. And just keep practicing that. And it'll get easier and easier. And you might feel like in the beginning, be like, I can't think of anything. But just keep trying to think of something. It could be something small. There's always some positivity there, okay? Just giving yourself that thing to just reframing your thoughts. Because a lot of times, it could come to pass. So you don't want to be down a negative spiral. Then, it's like, you also can be around somebody. You ever been in a happy mood, then you're around somebody and they're just not having a good day and it like rubs off on you? You got to be really grounded in order for that not to happen. Okay. But sometimes that happens. And that's something that you could definitely do at any time when you're in just not the best mood, you're in a funk, or you're just going through something. You could always just try to choose again. Just choose again, right? Very simple. Just always, and you can listen to this again if you forget. Right? Just giving yourself that space and allowing yourself that. And also, you don't want to plan to do things perfectly. Okay. Just plan to be present and to try your best, right? Because if you expect to be too perfect, then a lot of times your expectations are going to be way too high and it might freak you out. Okay. So just giving yourself that space. Trying not to be too hard on yourself, right? Giving yourself grace, all the things that you need to get through that, okay? Because in the first couple of days, you're still going to have possibly excessive cravings. Increase your water intake a lot, that definitely helps cleanse your palate out. And just start simple. Whenever you're coming up with a plan to try to eat more whole foods. But at the end of the day, always realizing that doing the inner work is so important and you deserve it. You deserve it so much just to heal and to feel happy. Okay, so just don't be too strict with yourself, but don't be too easy, right? So, find a nice balance. Okay, you want to feel that effort, but you don't want to push yourself too hard in the beginning so that you feel like you're going to fail, all right? Because it can go up and down, all right? Nothing is linear, right? It doesn't matter if you're building a business, if you are trying to lose weight, it's just life. Things happen, okay? That is the way it is, and so we just want to acknowledge that. Enjoy the process, okay? Just enjoying the process, taking one day at a time, building those healthier habits, just working on yourself, all those things. Do the things, all right? So I hope this helped you guys. And also I have a waitlist open for a course that is going to be coming out, the Clean Eats Blueprint. It's pretty amazing. I'm excited about it. We're going to go over hunger scales and just ways to help improve your health through nutrition, just trying to get the weight off in a natural way where you do not feel hungry, you do not feel deprived, okay? Put your name on that wait list. And also when you go on the wait list, you also get a recipe pack because I love food and I'm sure you do too because food is life, right? And so you can go to bit.ly/TNET TWA waitlist. That's bit.ly/TWA waitlist. Until next time.
If you like my mommy show, leave her a review. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for coming by. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a written review. Until next time, love and light.